I'm now using the worksheet titled PMT. The PMT formula is very useful for calculating project finance. It's also very useful for calculating any personal loan that you may have. If we look in A1, I've written the structure of the formula. The trick to this formula is to recognize that the three items in the black font, rate, NOR, and LA, all refer to one of these three cells. So while it's a complicated enough formula, really the trick here is to emphasize the simplicity of the technique. And what we're going to do is we're going to really type this character for character, but once we come to any one of the three values, rate, number of repayments, or loan amount, we'll click on one of these cells. It's also worth noting and remembering that we are using named cells here, so the formulas will be quite descriptive. So let's have a look at how it works. I select the cell where I want the answer. I start the formula equals PMT, open the bracket. Remember, formulas are not case sensitive, so whether I use caps or small letters doesn't matter, and we generally use no spaces in formulas. So equals PMT, open the bracket. I come to my first input, which is the rate. In this example, I'm going to use the PMT worksheet to demonstrate goal seek. Goal seek is part of the what if analysis capability of Excel. The most practical way to understand goal seek is that it has the ability to reverse engineer a formula. What I mean by that is, if you know the answer, but you don't know the input, it can change it for you. So for example here, if we look at the example here, in the monthly repayment, it's 1,400 at the moment. I'm going to imagine that I have a capacity to repay 2,000 euros a month. So I'm wondering, what would the number of repayments need to drop to in order to push the monthly repayment up to 2,000? So essentially here, I know the answer I'm looking for, 2,000 euros for the monthly repayment. But what I don't know is what the number of repayments has to change to. So the idea here is I'm going to apply goal seek, the monthly repayment, to reverse engineer that formula back to whatever it requires to make monthly repayment go to 2,000 euros. It's a very interesting concept. Technically, it's quite simple to do. I think the real skill is understanding what we are actually doing here. So our goal here is to take a formula, and that's very important. You cannot apply goal seek to a raw cell. It has to be a formula. The idea being it has to go back and change something. If it's not a formula, it can't change any other cell. So in this case here, I select the formula, I go to the data tab, and buried under what if analysis is goal seek. I click on goal seek, and it's already recognized the formula because I had it selected. So we can see here, set cell B6, or if you've named the cell, you can use that as well. To value, and I type in 2,000. By changing cell, and I click into 300. So I'm telling Excel to make this value 2,000 by doing whatever it takes to the other cell. So this is going to go up to 2,000, the monthly repayment, and number of repayments is going to drop down. I click on OK, and voila, just like that, goal seek reverse engineers the formula. And we can see here that the monthly repayment is now 2,000. My number of repayments has dropped to 188. I can cancel it, but that would be very unusual. Usually you click on OK, which is what I'm going to do. And that's it. That is the magic of goal seek. Thanks for watching.